You know what is genuinely hilarious? The exact moment you realize your family's precious, untouchable golden child is actually just a massive, glowing idiot. I'm Sam. I'm 28, and for my entire life, I had been the invisible child. But I didn't mind, because being invisible meant I didn't have to deal with the absolute circus that was my older brother, Kevin. Kevin is 32, and according to my parents, he is the next Elon Musk, Albert Einstein, and Brad Pitt, all rolled into one. In reality, Kevin is an unemployed crypto bro who still brings his laundry to my mother's house every Sunday. But my parents worship the ground he walked on. If Kevin got a C- on a test in high school, my mom would literally bake him a cake to celebrate his creative genius. If I got an A+, my dad would just ask why I didn't take a harder class, but like I said, I honestly didn't care. As soon as I turned 18, I moved out, got a degree in accounting, and quietly built a really comfortable life for myself. I have a great house, a solid credit score, and absolutely zero drama. Meanwhile, Kevin spent his 20s bouncing from one failed $1 million business idea to the next. First, he was going to be a drop-shipping billionaire. Then he was going to revolutionize the energy drink market. Every single time, my parents bailed him out, drained their savings, and blamed the economy for his spectacular failures. By the time Kevin hit 30, his credit score was basically a joke. He couldn't even get a loan for a toaster, let alone a house or a car. And this is where the story gets really, really good. A few months ago, Kevin decided he was going to become a luxury lifestyle influencer on Instagram. Yes, you heard that right. A guy who still asked our mom for gas money was going to teach people how to get rich. To do this, he desperately needed a prop, specifically a $90,000 midnight black Porsche 911. Obviously, no dealership on planet Earth was going to finance a Porsche for a guy whose last city paycheck was in 2018. So, Kevin got creative. And by creative, I mean he committed straight-up, textbook federal felony identity theft. See, my parents have a filing cabinet in their basement with all our old documents. Birth certificates, old tax forms, social security numbers. When I was visiting for a forced Thanksgiving dinner, Kevin must have snuck down there and taken photos of all my information. Fast forward to a random Tuesday afternoon. I was sitting at my desk sipping an espresso when my phone pinged. It was an alert from my credit monitoring app. Congratulations on your new auto loan for $92,000. I almost choked on my coffee. I didn't buy a car. I drive a completely paid-off Toyota. I immediately called the bank, and the representative on the phone cheerfully told me that I had just purchased a brand new Porsche at a dealership 3 towns over. Now, a normal person might panic here. A normal person might call their family, cry, and ask how this could happen. But me, I am an accountant. I deal with numbers, facts, and legalities. I knew instantly it was Kevin. And I also knew that if I called my parents, they would beg me to just take over the payments so poor Kevin wouldn't get in trouble. So, I didn't call them. I didn't text Kevin. I just picked up my phone and called the fraud department at the bank. I told them very calmly that my identity had been stolen. I had not purchased a vehicle, and the person who did was currently driving a stolen $90,000 asset. Then I called the police department in Kevin's town and filed a full criminal report for identity theft and grand larceny. The best part? I didn't tell anyone. I just went back to work and waited. I wish I could have sold tickets to what happened next. But luckily, Kevin's neighbor has a Ring camera and happily showed me the footage later. 3 days after Kevin got the car, he was outside his rented apartment, literally wiping down the tires of the Porsche with a microfiber cloth, getting ready to shoot a TikTok video about hustle culture. He had his phone set up on a tripod and everything. Suddenly, 2 police cruisers pulled up, lights flashing. Officers stepped out, walked right up to Kevin, and asked if he was Samuel my name. Kevin, trying to look cool for his imaginary followers, smirked and said, "No, I'm Kevin. The car is under my brother's name. I'm just borrowing his credit." Pro tip, never confess to identity theft out loud to armed police officers. The cops immediately put him in handcuffs. Kevin started screaming, crying, and demanding they call our parents. They loaded him in the back of the cruiser, and a tow truck showed up 10 minutes later to repossess his fake influencer dream car. My phone started blowing up about an hour later. My mom called me, absolutely hysterical. "Sam, you have to drop the charges. It's a misunderstanding. Kevin just needed the car for his brand. You are ruining his life." I just leaned back in my chair, smiled, and said, "Mom, I didn't press charges. The bank did." Kevin committed a federal crime. I just reported fraudulent activity. If Kevin wants a Porsche, he can buy one with commissary money in prison. She screamed at me, called me a jealous monster, and said I was officially cut out of the family. I told her that was the best news I had heard all year and hung up. Kevin is currently facing multiple felony charges for wire fraud, identity theft, and grand larceny. My parents had to take out a massive second mortgage on their house just to afford his defense lawyer because the public defender told Kevin he was absolutely going to loot. His precious Instagram account has been totally abandoned and he is legally not allowed to leave the state. Meanwhile, my bank reversed the fraudulent loan, my credit score is back to a perfect 800, and I haven't had to attend a single agonizing family dinner in months. Some people say you should always forgive family. But honestly, sending your entitled brother to jail and fixing your credit score at the exact same time is the ultimate form of self-care. What do you guys think? Should I have just paid for his Porsche? Or did the golden child finally get the exact reality check he deserved? Drop a comment below, and if you want more hilarious karma stories, hit that subscribe button.